It is with pleasure that I turn this over to Bud to MC our transition and induction of officers this year.
Okay, I'm not sure whether he's turning it over glad because I'm doing this because I did such a good job, or glad and we're doing it because then he will no longer be president. But anyway.
I think we know the answer to that.
The first thing I will do is introduce our guests. Bert Fraley, Karen Fraley over there at the high table. They're up here to be here with our cooler weather than what they're having down in Carolina. But they got fooled.
Yes, it worked this year just like it did work last year.
Chris, I didn't get to meet you.
Oh, this is Laura Perez-Bars, and Laura, why don't you just say one word, visiting and just finished, correct?
I just finished high school, and I'm going to college next year. I'm gonna major. I want to major in international relations, and I'm just visiting and I came for Ben's funeral, and I just wanted to say hi.
Welcome,
Thank you. She's a dream.
Okay, at our head table, or well, most head table, first of all, whenever you have a president inauguration, you always want to have at least one past district governor or district governor. I have two. Dear president. And then split up, but only for the eating. Dave and Rupert. And at the other end of this table is my competition for my
Her other husband.
Her other husband.
Her other husband, the Terry Weaver. All right, I put together a short program because I want to try to have it so that we're done by 8:30. And my little list. I'm not doing my little list. I don't know what I'm doing on my little list. Okay. Keep this in order. Okay. The first person on the list is going to be Doris.
Ladies first. Okay.
Just giving her a few minutes to say a few words if she'd like.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for inviting us. It's great to be here. We had fun last time we were here. I just wanted to make a comment about Rotary in general, and then a little more specific that there's probably no corporation in the world that changes its CEO and all of its department managers every single year, except for the board, which sort of rotates, but Rotary does it, and Rotary survives and thrives. And sometimes they even invite their former CEOs back. And so this year, Nikki is back, and we're great to see her here, and I hope that you guys get involved with the new foundation project, the Future Vision, which we've been involved with this district for a couple of years, and maybe you guys get a grant. And I told Nikki that I have some service above self pins for her from the 2005 theme, because it is what we are, service above self, and I'd like to just congratulate you and give you this beautiful plastic bag of pins. Good job. And thank you very much again. Congratulations, and to the rest of the board. Thank you for coming in. Is that short enough?
That's fine.
Okay. And I'm a district governor.
I told them they could say what they wanted to say, but they had 2 to 5 minutes at the most. So, okay, Kathy, if you'd like to say a few words before we get into the changing of the guard.
Okay, I don't have to stand up
No.
because it doesn't make a whole lot of difference. I always wanted to know what I was going to say about Nikki. I'll start out with the joke. Many years ago, when my husband was an AG and asked me if I would help him out, one of the first things he ever said was, "And Bud and Nikki are not married," even though they have the same last name. And it still took me, I think, a couple of years to realize that Nikki and Bud were not married. Phew. They fight like they're married. They kiss and make up like they're married.
I think your time is up.
But Nikki, I had never been so excited about meeting somebody. She's just this ball of fire, and her heart's in Rotary, and her heart's in this club. And I think you all should be just so proud to have her as your president again. And I know she's going to do a great job. I've always loved Red Club. I know she's going to make it bigger and better, as one of the themes were a couple of years ago. And just give her all the support that you possibly can, because she obviously is going to need it. I kind of feel for some of the things she's going through. And I'm just amazed that she said she'd be president again, but I know she said she'd be president again because she's working with a good club that knows how to support her, and you know how to do good things. And this whole club and Nikki are all what defines service above self. So congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. No tears.
No tears. I'm trying. Right, yeah.
Now if you had a cleft lip.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You notice she mentions she didn't need to stand up because the height was about the same. That's why we've got a low table, because Nikki informed me that she was not going to climb up on those two. So anyway, now, so quite often the next step in transferring power, you'd have the old board stand up. However, since the old board and the new board are almost the same people, I'll eliminate that and just say to the old board, thank you for holding the officers' positions that you did hold, even though we've remodeled it a little bit. Okay? Now, the new slate of officers, we'll start off with the board of directors. Now, you can just stand where you are. Okay. Now I need my other paper. There are, this is your lesson for today. There are 6 members of the board of directors. They're every 2 years. There is a 3-year term, and every year 2 people change. We have room for 2 new directors, but I don't know whether we filled them. One was Glenn, and the other is Dave Wright. I don't know whether Dave was going to rerun or not.
I'd love to rerun.
I thought the original plan was to re-up, so I think we now are going to have the one vacancy.
Okay. All right, so that's that. Okay, and Linda Greenblatt and Susan Goldstein are the one who they don't expire till 2014. And then Fred and myself are the last 2 board of director members. Okay, now the officers, the new officers. Let's start with immediate past president, Bruce. If you'd like to say a couple words, and then we'll fire you.
Well, I guess I'd like to just start by clarifying the comment about pleasure. Certainly it is a relief to come to the end of the Rotary year. How's that? Certainly it is a relief to come to the end of my Rotary year, but when I said it was a pleasure to turn it over to Bud, it truly was because Bud, in my eyes, is a fantastic Rotarian. I was pleased and proud to be inducted by Bud. Bud approached me with a plan for Niki's induction, and I said, by all means, go ahead. So the pleasure there was, in fact, to turn it over to a great Rotarian, Bud Weaver. Thank you, Bud. Just a quick summary of the Rotary year. When I took the reins a year ago, my plan was to hold those reins very loosely and let this club run and let the membership do the things that they do. I think that plan worked because we have a great club, great members here. They did their thing. Unfortunately, we have suffered this year from what I would call human frailty. We've lost a couple of members. We've had a couple of members become very inactive because of human frailty, we will continue to strive to overcome that obstacle as we move into the future and during Niki's year. And so I'm pleased to turn the reins over to Niki today and to turn this back to Bud for the rest of the ceremony.
Oh, here. I'll give you your pin now.
Oh my goodness, look at that, a replacement pin that says past president. Another pleasure of being in Rotary.
Okay, now, Doris? Maybe. Yeah, bring the notes out. always telling me what to do. Okay, Doris, and you want to stand up? I'll let you pin these on.
Oh, you're gonna let me pin?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, the first one was going to be for the new treasurer. However, Walter Rivas is not here. So the next one, I don't know which one. These are so small. I got
And if you expect me to read it,
No, I'm going
not
to.
happening, so.
She asked me some questions, and I said, "Don't worry, I'll just whisper to you or push you in the right direction." Okay. All right. So the first one is. The second one is Jonah. And he's not here either. So now we come up to our vice president. Here's the president and vice. Vice president is going to be Susan Simon, if you want to come forward.
Congratulations. You
Thank
go
you.
from money to writing, right?
That's right. Oh, I have to write.
Oh, I don't know.
Nobody told me that.
This is a unique club. Maybe that's not part of the job description. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
What's that one say?
You aren't kidding me. Oh, I could almost read it.
President-elect.
Chris. Fanfare or something, right?
That was
That was the fanfare.
You worked out that the president-elect has no duties except to trip over the.
Yesterday. Okay, congratulations.
Okay.
Man.
Now you get your past
Just
president.
this one.
There you go.
If you want to come up and get your past president then.
The other thing was that Bud promised me if I turned it over to him, I wouldn't have to pin anybody, so.
Oh, is that? Okay, all right. This collar is so nice. I need to put a hole through it.
That'll be okay.
Okay,
There,
so your
there,
buttonhole.
there might even be a button.
Just don't put a hole through him.
No. Okay, congratulations, passed. Has been.
Thank you.
And finally,
Oh.
the only thing Nikki really told me to do on this program was that she asked if Kathy would be able to pin the pin on her. So Kathy, if you want to come and
Actually, Dave's going to do it if you don't mind. I would, but I'll give her a hug. I just can't do it.
That's my pocketbook.
Okay.
folder.
Right.
Just so long as you're here to give her a hug.
Yeah. Come here. You'll do a great job.
Kissy,
Oh,
kissy.
thank you. And Dave's going to pin you, if that's okay with you.
That's all right with me. Is that right, Terry, right?
Okay, who wants this?
No.
Everybody else, ready?
Right here. Next to Paul Harris.
That's when I call Harris.
I'll do it.
They're in Rotary Heaven. There you go.
Thank you.
Right?
Yeah, would you like to say a few words before we, or do you want to transfer the gavel first?
Oh, yes, we should transfer the gavel. You again, Bruce. There you go. Thought you were going to have an easy time with it.
Bring the bell too. Don't bring it, just bring it.
You gotta write that down someplace. Don't
bring it.
We're just
You're
saying.
gonna have to set it somewhere.
It's mine now. I'm known to bring this rather quite loudly. I heard that. I did hear that.
With pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Don't bring it.
I'm not going to bring it.
Keep it very here, would you, Bud?
We have a whole, what? 8 minutes?
President-elect.
Oh, no, oh my God.
Okay. Now, this is Nikki's third run. So
Think I'm gonna get a flight sooner or later.
we're looking for you to do it right this time.
Good try.
Right? Okay. Really, I think I've finished everything. But we still have a few minutes. This ran better than I thought.
Happy dollars.
Happy dollars.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. We have happy dollars and what was the other one? 50-50. So if you want to get your happy dollars.
Do I say thank you or anything? You just want me to proceed and go home?
Okay. Nikki, give your speech first.
You have 35 seconds.
There you go. I got what do you call those sand things? Anyway, first I really want to thank Karen and Bert for coming all the way from Myrtle Beach just to be here. I really, really appreciate it. How many of Karen's lasagnas we've had, and I used to love her little casserole with the cover on it, and her and I were wallowing in the mud at the library one year. We had a great time, didn't we, Karen?
Oh, boy.
We were mud from head to toe. So that was fun, and we miss you immensely.
I miss you too.
Immensely. And also, my husband and I, we did go to Glenn's funeral, and I was so proud to see how many Rotarians were able to come because it was a working day. And it showed us how much Glenn was loved. And we all loved him, and we will miss him. I was thinking too, at the funeral, Glenn and I used to make my sausage gravy, he would make the eggs, we're always side by side. And we accomplished one thing together. We are the messiest cooks in the world. I would have eggs in my gravy, and he would have my sausage and his eggs and the flour all over us. But I will deeply miss him, as we all will. He was a great example of a Rotarian. And hopefully Susan will be back with us real soon. And our deepest sympathy to his family. Number, whatever, 3 or 4 or 5, I appreciate your faith in me for being president again this year. We will be going through a lot of changes, good changes. Not saying that the last years have not been good, they've been really good, a lot of fellowship. Great presence we've had in the past. But there's new structure now, and we're going to try to follow the new structure. I've also noticed that my president-elect, Chris, is an A personality. I've also noticed, and I just noticed that during this, when everybody's getting their pins. Susan's A personality. I'm an A- personality. And there's going to be the 3 of us together. So beware. And they're all women, that's right. But again, I do want to appreciate your faith in me. And I'm hoping that you'll put up with me for the year and we'll work together. We've got a great club. I've been to many clubs, different states, and they cannot even compare with what we do with the amount of people that we have. And I do want to start bringing the families back in. Family picnics, if we have the pancake breakfast, bring your kids, bring your grandchildren, bring your spouses, companions. And this will now be, again, a family club. They deserve the pins sometimes more than we do. You know, they sit home waiting for us, twiddling their thumbs. I know myself, I'll go home and say, oh, Terry, I'm doing this and this, and Terry's, how can you do that? Well, I'll do it by myself. Well, he's there, the members are there, but if I say that, I know that he will show up.
Now you know.
So, and I'm sure that's with a lot of your spouses and your families. So that, I think, is it. There will be, starting, not next week I won't be here, sorry, I'm going on vacation. Pins, $1 if you don't wear your pin at the meeting. Absence or being late mainly, $1 if you're late. Except for Susan. Susan Goldstein said, I don't believe in that, I'm not going to do that. I told her she could be the exception of the rule. So Susan Goldstein does not have to pay the $1 when she's late. Let's get that together. Hopefully, I have some ideas what we could do with that money. It will not go into the what do you call it?
General fund.
Thank you.
So we look to work with that too. So we got a lot of plans, a lot of good plans. I'm excited. I hope all of you are. And that's it.
I don't know whether they're clapping because you sat down or clapping because you
I'm surprised they noticed I sat